Today we're talking about book 15, what was great, what wasn't, and what was just beautiful. Then at the end we'll give the book a final rating. Now I didn't want to spend the next 2 weeks editing and animating graphics, so instead I'm doing a speed paint to give you all something to look at, but I'm really not a good artist, so sorry in advance. And I'll just say right now, this video is spoiler free, but I cannot make any promises about the comments, so read those at your own risk. Okay, let's do it. First, I just wanted to say I'm a sucker for some good section titles. Like in book 10, The Darkness of Dragons, when the final section was titled The Light of Dragons, I was like, ah, this is so good. But even book 10 only had one great section title. All 3 of them in book 15 are just perfect. They tie into the story, to the previous books so well. I just love them. Next, I also really loved the new characters. I was not expecting to like Pineapple or Bullfrog or some of the other newly introduced characters as much as I did, but man, they were all so good. They were so much more than one-dimensional background characters and consistently surprised me with their little character nuances, which was just so nice to see. Also, the themes of this arc were brought together really well. I won't say which themes to avoid any potential spoilers, but I will say that a lot of what was set up in books 10 through 14 had some real nice payoff in the conclusion of this one. A lot of things came full circle, and I always love to see that. And we got so much lore. It was crazy. Like, a third of the book was just backstory, I swear, but none of it felt out of place. It was all just interesting and important and answered a good amount of questions that the fandom has been asking for a while now, so that was also really fun. Okay, so those were the things that I thought were good. How about what wasn't so perfect? I can't really talk too much about the main complaint I have without spoiling things, so I won't say much, but basically I just wanted more of the book. Tui did a really good job on all the things she wrote, but in doing that, she kind of also just didn't write about a few pretty important things, so I guess I was just expecting there to be a little bit more about those, and then it just never showed up. And it was the same thing with the epilogue. Like, what was there was great, but it was too short. It was just like, here's the end of the book, but it has some pretty big ramifications for not just the main characters in this arc, but also for all dragons everywhere, including our previous 2 arcs main characters, and I just wanted to see more of that. So those are really the only things I took issue with in this book. I wanted there to be more, because what was there was really good. And that brings us to the beautiful. What was just so good, it goes beyond good. First, of course, is Kibli. He was... I can't even talk. That's all I need to say about that one, honestly. He was in the book, I was happy, it's like a law of the universe. Also, Luna and Swordtail's romance, it was just so organic. Like, I could see what the characters were feeling and with all my heart believe in it. Which was such a nice change of pace for me from the other 2 love at first sight relationships we've had in this arc with Blue Cricket and Sundew and Willow. Don't get me wrong, those relationships are both really good in their own ways, and I've got plans to analyze the genius writing behind Sundew and Willow in the future, just gonna toss that out there, but I just felt like Luna and Swordtail were the most realistic, and their dynamic together completely changed my perspective on both of them. And finally, I know I've already mentioned themes like a couple times, but the theme of freedom was so good in this book, and if you've already read it, you know exactly what I'm talking about, and if you haven't read it yet, you will know when you get there. So, in conclusion, I would give this book 8 out of 10. Definitely my 4th favorite book in the series. It was really satisfying, and I really hope it's not the last installment in the Wings of Fire series. So those are my thoughts, and I want to hear yours too. Let me know what you thought and what you would rate it in the comment section. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you like the picture I drew, so thank you for watching.